Right, I've already put sky in this one. Someone knocked at the door just as I'd started it, so I had to answer the door. So that's why I've already got sky in here. But not to worry, it's just basically the sky what I've put in. It's all it really is just blue at the top and faded in down with water. So you've seen me do that before. So I think we'll be alright. I could have drawn it all out again and started again, but I think we'll be right. Right, let's pop in here some bits of farmers' fields and stuff, just some bits and bobs like that, just to show that there's sometimes you get like a bunch of bushy trees there like that, so that's a bunch of trees there and all, something like that. That'll do. That's let's give that a dry now. That looks well nice. You can this is what watercolour does brilliant. You've got that blue sky, like I said, painted it in and then I had to stop the video, but you can see that blue sky coming through at the bottom there. That's giving it that misty look, but that's what watercolour's about, layering up, layer on top of layer. That's what I love about it. Right, I'm just sipping my coffee. Right, some little trees and bushes, so get them in slightly darker colour. There's some here like that, pop them in and just go across there, something like that into there. Nice. Let's have a look. There's a tree, it was about there, but I'm going to move it across to about there. Like that. I left a little gap in it. I often leave little gaps in. Put some little twigs in there. Yeah, I didn't want to have it right near this dark bit here, so I've moved it across a bit from my reference sketch. I've done a sketch on this one. So I'm working from a sketch painting, what I did out on location. There. That tree's more distant of the back of that hill. That one. Well, I think it was. Right, that's that. So that's that then. Right. Now then, let's just have a look. Let's get some land in. Now this land, I've got to make this land now look closer than that background. Probably just end up with slightly thicker paint or something, and that'll probably do it. I quite like that light bit in there. Might leave that little light highlight. Yeah, I like that. I think these are slightly behind the back of that hill, so there'd be no shadows on it. If I remember right, that's where they were when I sketched this. It's a good idea to do your own, not to work from someone else's photos. Not really, you can work from someone else's photos, but if you don't, you can remember how things were when you look back. So you can, I'm going to colour that bit in there, change my mind. Right, does that look closer than that? I think it does. I think it does. Or do I need a bit more? Let's try a tiny bit more of a sort of dirtier green colour, might bring it a little bit closer. I do like that nice fresh colour what I've got on there though, but let's see, is that, this might slightly warmer green this, so although I really like that fresh green, I've got to make this look closer than other one to get that depth in my painting. I don't think that looks bad. There's tiny bits of texture in there, so that'll bring it closer, the texture alone. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, oh definitely. I'm just looking at it through my screen on my phone. It definitely looks closer, so I can dry that now. Put my next layer in. pan. This next layer's got to be even closer. Notice how I'm using quite a big brush. Big brush just saves faffing about like this. I don't need to fiddle with this. It's a great big piece of grass area. Don't need to be fiddling. So a big brush is ideal. And just bring it straight across from yellow in there, brighten it up a bit. That's a nice warm colour, that yellow. So that's warm that up a bit. There, lovely. Lovely jubbly, I like that. Right, let's get in some, let's mix up some darker colours now then. See a bit of this. That's a nice warm green. Oh, that's lovely. Got a right nice green here, so let's bring it in there and across. I've got to make this now look closer than that one. So I've got to throw that one back into distance now. Them trees look quite a bright green, but they actually did on the day, so I think I'm going to leave them like that. Normally I'd paint trees with dirtier green than that, but I'm going to leave them because it will just like that on the day. Right, I've got a really mucky colour here. I'm going to try some of this. It's like a bit of an horrible colour, but oh no, it's mixing in nice as a light glaze. It's like a really mucky green. It don't look like a nice colour, but as a glaze it's working nice. And hopefully I'll stand back. You keep standing back and having a look. I'm going to stand back and have a look in a minute, and hopefully I'm trying to leave odd little bit of white every now and then. It's like a bit of sunshine hitting something. Let me stand back and look at that. Oh dear. I'm getting there. I don't think I'm there yet. I tell you what, I'm going to get it dry and build another layer up. That'll bring it closer, because a thicker paint will look closer. What happens if you keep trying to swill a thicker paint wet in wet, you just end up getting nowhere really. Whereas if you dry it, you've got one nice dry thick layer on there, so you've got a sort of nice head start. Right, this is a really dark colour. Let's put a bit of yellow in it. That's it. Right, got to bring this. I think that's going to do it, isn't it? To throw it back, just a thicker paint like that. Yeah. Let's have a look at that. So, I'll just thin that out as I come down now. I think that'll work. And then I'll have a look. I'll do this. Stand back and have a look. But if I hold back of my brush here, I can stand further back and paint, and you can see what you're doing better. I think I've said that before, haven't I? It's a good idea to go front back, because like a big thing like this, you're not doing details, so you don't need like dead accurate control over your brush. It's actually giving you more randomness to your brush strokes. What can out random always looks better than not. So I don't need no particular accuracy, so I can quite easily stand back and see what I'm doing better from further back. That's why you'll notice a lot of these big brushes, they've got a long angle. That's why they've got a long handle on them. Right, I'm going to go into a bit of red, because, well, light red, what's actually a browny colour, but I'm hoping it just gives me, just warms me. In fact, I'm going to go into some real red. I'm just hoping. In fact, can you see that now? I'm going into that look, and it's just smudging what's already there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dry again, and then put another glaze on, and that should then bring it closer. So I'll just move in paint around there with that red, but now put some more on. Now look, I'm not. That's coming to a bit more green. Blend it across. In fact, it's still moving paint around a little bit, but once you've dried it, you can't really do no more than that. Let's put some yellow back in because that's a warm colour. I'm just mixing on. I'm really mixing it on paper. My colours, I'm mixing them on paper, and a lot of people mix the colours first. So quite often, not always, but quite often mix mine on paper. So a bit of this horrible mucky colour now. I think that's. I'm just going to stand right back across the room and have a look. Oh yeah, brilliant. That's brilliant. That's thrown that right back. Now I'm stood back across the room. That looks quite close. That looks further back. That looks miles away. That's what I'm going for. There's a big bush in here. I wonder if I ought to just do a little dry before I pop it in. I'm going to pop my brush in. My bush in. Let me have a sip of this coffee. Lovely. I'm going to pop my big bush in with this brush. It's designed to have spikes on it. But any old brush, what you've battered the end up, you can even get like a big one of these type of brushes and just batter all the end up. So you just bash the end like that and it does job. But that one's designed with a bashed up end. So I'm going to use that. So if you've got one what's designed bashed up, use that. If you haven't, just get a height brush. If you dry it and bash the end up, that works brilliant for this technique. Brilliant. So if you've got a height brush, you bash the end up, that'll work. Right. You can even just use, on the first painting that I did of this, I just used my normal brush and just did like squiggly lines and just like random lines, and as I built the layers up it looked really good anyway. So you can just do it with a smooth brush, but I don't know, I fancied using this brush. It's a brilliant brush this is. Right, that's that. Let's go darker. Put a darker green in there. A bit of that really mucky colour, like a mucky horrible colour, but that's what we want. There. Oh, that's perfect. And as I'm coming up my tree, that colour's getting less and less paint on brush, so it's gradually getting lighter anyway, so it's like doing job for me. Right, that's good. Right, I need even darker now. Let's have a look. Red and blue for my green. If you've got a tube green, you can use it if you want. Mix a bit of Bontumber with it or something. I've actually got tube greens because I got them given me. But normally I won't use a tube green. I'll just like to mix red and blue for my greens and then darken them with a bit of Bontumber or something. But I had a bit of Payne's grey in this to take it really dark. Oh, that's nice. That's really dark now. So I've got a bit of tube green and some Payne's grey and some Bontumber, or like I say, did I say red and blue for green? Yellow and blue for green. Red and blue is purple. Yellow and blue for green. And then this ink going to be covering everything. There's little low lights in there for that. That's perfect, that is. Nice. I'm happy with that. Look at that. That's a really dark green in there. I might not even wash that brush, because it soaks up a lot of paint, that brush does. So sometimes I just don't even wash it, just leave it. Right, there's some slight shadows, so I think I'm gonna, you know what, I think I'll do it with this brush while I've got the dark paint on. Just pop in some slight shadowy bits in there like that. I think if I do that with my brush like that, and then just soften it a bit. On me, when I stood painting this, there weren't really any shadows, there were hardly any shadows knocking about. But then when I painted them, like I'm going to put some cows in a bit, and underneath my cows, they looked a bit like they were just floating. So that's why I've put some extra shadows in to make them, just made it look more, stop my cows look like they were floating basically. Right, let's get and pop in some little fence posts back here and make them all the way across, and they're what's holding these cows in. I always do them all rickety rackety and wobbly and stuff. Straight one there. All wonky. Alright, looks good. And they're all wonky and slightly different heights and stuff. So another one about there, look. There. Oh, lovely job. Is that done? Is that done? Oh, I'll tell you what I've done now. I'll whack in me tree. Let's whack me tree in. So let's brush, go into some. No, in fact, if you use this dark green in here actually, because down here, on the bottom of this tree, is really green. So I'll put some yellow in it, make it even greener. That bit there were really green. There, lovely jubbly. Right, now I'm going to go darker as I go up. Still probably going to have some green in it. Like that. Across there, down here, down there. Oh, look at that, lovely jubbly. That's nice. You know what, I think I might dry that and then stick another layer on to thicken it up a bit. That's it. Best way to darken things, whack a layer on, dry it, whack another layer on, works dead well. Right, down here's quite dark down here if I remember right, and it was dark up here, and then obviously as we come back towards the light bit, it gets a bit lighter. There, that's nice. Right, I think what I'm going to do now is some scrapes. Give me some bark effects with this, look. See that? Just give me a few slight bark effects. Not worked that well actually. Yeah, absolutely rubbish. I'm going to have to get more thicker paint on this. I'm going to go, I want really dark now, so I'm going to go Payne's Grey and Bontumber. Get some really dark, just stick it there, that's better. That's better. And then I'll get some nice scrapes on this. There, it's getting lighter as it goes towards end, and then some nice little barky scrapes like that, so it looks like bark. See that? I'm just scratching about. You can use that chiselled. That does it good. Got to keep your paper wet though to do it, so I'm just gonna add a bit more water into there to get a bit more. There, that's it. There, that'll do. Lovely jubbly. Right, so that's that. That's in. Right, I'll tell you what I'll do now. Just back into this brush. I haven't bothered washing it. I'm going to need some more yellow putting out. Get some yellow in here. Nice bit of yellow. Mix a nice bright green up. That's better. Start a bit of water to that. That's nice. Right, now there's a bit of a branch coming down there like that. That's nice. And then there's a massive one coming. That sort of curls around there a bit like that, down there a bit like that, across here, and then it comes out and across that one there. I think that's that. That's okay. I'm going to have to get some really dark colour now to blend in with this to get it to show up as it comes across that one. That's it. Just so you can see it's coming across. That's nice. That pop a bit in there like that. Lovely. All the way lovely. There. That's nice. That's just showing that. come across in front of that. That's all I wanted. I could even pop in a couple of... Is that going to work? A couple of twigs in there? No, it won't work. It's not to worry. Where's that rig brush? The rig brush is gone. Where is it? I'll have to use another one. You ain't got time to wait for me looking for brushes. I should sort it out before I start the picture. Like a donger, I keep saying it. Right, let's have a big thing coming in there. Oh, that's done work nice anyway, that brush. And there like that. Another one bit going in there, look. Lovely. A tiny bit in here as well, some twigs and stuff there. Nice. That's alright. Right. Moo cows. Time we on? 21. Let's try and get some moo cows in this now then. Right, that's dry, isn't it? Yeah, man. Moo cows. That, I don't like that. I'll smooth that a bit. I'll try and do that now with my finger. That's not smooth enough. I want that to look like a shadow, not just a freaking mess. Yeah. I want that smoother so it looks like that's better. Like a shadow. Might have to dry it in a minute. Should be alright. Anyway, I'm mumbling to myself. Right, let's get some moo cows in. So let's have... There's a big one here. Let's have its head. There. Its ears. There, like that. Its head's coming here. It's got a big head on it. There. And then around this side of it, it's darker. So right down here, it's a lot darker. Its legs sort of come down like that. And like that. It's sort of like, you know when I say you draw people and you just do them like a carrot, sort of like that. I'm going to leave a little bit around his head there, sort of a bit like a carrot. Right, I'm going to go into more of a burnt umber now and less of that black. As I come round here, this is where it sun's hitting it. This is his backside, comes to about there, and then them legs come down as well, to about there. Something like that, and about there on his belly, and that's it. There, and that dark underneath. There. Let's take that. His head looks a bit too big, so I'll take that in a bit. That's enough. And as long as you stand back, it registers as a cow. It's going to look alright. I've got another one here, similar to that one actually. I probably shouldn't do two in a similar position, but I don't think it'll matter that much. So that one's head's about there. This one's further back, so I ain't got to be as worried. I think that bit time I've done a register as a cow. There's one right back here, and it's just sideways on, so that one's dead easy to do. The hardest bit about this is getting the sizes right. In fact, I'd say he's a bit bigger than that, because your size is your perspective, you see. So getting your sizes right is the hardest bit. There's another one back here, what's quite far away. Let's have him about there. Each same is just sideways on, so he's easy to paint. For some reason he's gone bigger than the other one. Yeah, it does look like he's a bit closer though, so that's alright. Two more. There's one here, about there, with its head down eating grass. So this one's got to be probably a bit bigger than that one, because I'm looking at my perspective. This is lower, so it means it's closer. If it's lower in the picture, it's closer, you see, look. But it's not going to be as big as that one, because it's not as close as that one. Right, so his legs are about there, something like that. His head's right down, let's give him in here about there. That's him. And then coming out top of him, let's have about there. There's another one with its head down. Some little legs and that. Just coming out top of him there. There, so there's a couple there. He's there. Like that. Let's get some mix a dark green colour, like a mucky green. And let's get some shadows in. So my shadows are going under the cow. Look, see how I've gone under him, or her. Yeah, her. Bulls are male cows, I think. Same with that one, look. Just a slight shadow. and it just puts them on the ground so you can see that they're not floating just by having that shadow there. Like I say, on the actual, when I was stood there, I couldn't really see a shadow under them, but I'm putting one in because it does look better. There, I don't think that looks bad, does it? I think we're done. Is that it? Is that it? That's it. Sorted. Right, let me get a little brush for a sunshine. And let's pop in Peter and Paul. Let's say I'm right hat here, look like that. There, Peter and Paul flying about looking for a few worms. Right, let me just sit back and have a look at that. Let me go and stand on it room. I think that looks alright. Yeah, that's not 10 bad at all, that. You can just about look like cows, I think, hopefully. Right, city on beach, innit?